So the Let's Take Down America agenda that is going on in California, that Gavin Newsom is allowing to go on, that they're calling, peaceful protests or riots. Look, the all of these groups, these democratic, students for Democrat Students for Society, whatever they call themselves nowadays. This is the same thing that's spilled over since the Cold War. It's in the JFK files. I mentioned it on my own old channels. But all of these different progressive groups, and many of them tied to like the big international labor unions, have all now are all colluding together in their takedown of America. That's what's going on. So one of the most notable that's involved is this one. Yes, SEIU. I really, don't have a lot of respect whatsoever for unions. Just do not, because they use unions, and I've seen how corrupt the unions are. So what's really even more disgusting about this is over half of their members are healthcare workers. Are any of you healthcare workers here in America? Are you here legally? I really kind of think not, right? Because really, this agenda, they can say it's about, treating immigrants humanely. No, we have a right to deport illegal immigrants. I don't care if you don't like it. The majority of Americans voted for Donald Trump, and this is an act of war you people are committing. And if you think the American people don't know it, no, we do. And you playing this, I'm being hurt by ICE. Oh, well, what did you do to them? Pick up a cinder block and throw it at them? Throw some bricks at them? Probably. Okay? So if you think that we're going to feel sorry for you, no. But good luck trying to get to play on the public sympathy. We're done with all of your nonsense. So, a little bit about the Service Employees International Union. It is one of the largest labor unions in North America, representing 2 million workers across more than 100 occupations in the U.S. and Canada. And as I said, over 50% of their workers are healthcare workers. They have 150 local branches and are affiliated with AFL-CIO, the Strategic Organizing Center, and the Canadian Labor Congress. Of course, they're headquartered in Washington, D.C. SEIU is known for strong support for Democratic candidates and progressive causes. Yeah, what their goal ultimately is to overthrow capitalism, which is overthrowing America. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And they were big supporters of the Affordable Care Act. And you people, over half of your members are healthcare workers. God, bad healthcare workers. They'd support Affordable Care Act, but the Affordable Care Act was only supported because it would help take down our good healthcare system. Anyway, the union has a history of aggressive organizing, including high-profile campaigns for fast food and healthcare workers. And most of their largest, local branches are in Los Angeles County, which makes up 57,000 county employees. Local 2015, which is representing 425,000 long-term care workers. Yeah, are any of you here legally? Local 1000 represents 95,000 California state employees. Does anything good come out of California? I know family that was born there, so I know good comes out of it, but it's what it's become. It's so sad. Committee of Interns and Residents, largest house staff union in the U.S. Not a good look if you're with SEIU. SEIU Healthcare represents over 50,000 healthcare workers in Ontario and British Columbia, so it's huge. So then its leader, which was this fool, David Herda, okay, he was arrested. Why? Because he was interfering with a warrant that ICE had. And so you know what? If you now they have rallied around and created all these protests, and we're sick of all of you. If you think you're going to play on the heartstring of Americans, no more. No. We have a right to restore law and order, and you people are part of the problem. As far as I'm concerned, I hope they lock him up and throw away the key. Of course, that won't happen. He'll get his due process, unlike real, like actual true citizens of America. He'll get his damn due process. But Adam Schiff actually demanded that they release him. Adam Schiff in Congress, you know. So when you see all of these governors, I don't care if it's Pritzker, Newsom, all of them, they are not on the side of America. If you didn't figure that out years ago, that those people, everything they do is to hurt America while they twist it and wrap it just like all these organizations do to act like they're there for your cause, then you know what? Remain a stupid idiot. So, what happened with him was ICE was carrying out a search warrant, and he interfered. And so then a post about the rallies for Herta on the Action Network's website urged protesters to demand that David Herta be freed and ICE raids end immediately. No, I hope they speed up. Herta was detained and reportedly injured. When he was taken into custody during a raid in downtown Los Angeles. In social media posts, U.S. Attorney for, you know what, that kills me. One of the biggest ways they've been able to get support is social media. While people like me, real Americans, get silenced by big tech in Silicon Valley, they let these jagoffs, okay, get all the numbers they want. That's the other reason I can't stand social media. Could you be in the back pocket of these assholes anymore, big tech? Federal agents were executing a lawful judicial warrant at an LA work site this morning when David Herta deliberately obstructed their access by blocking their vehicle. He was arrested for interfering with federal officers and will face arraignment in federal court on Monday. Let me be clear, and this was the, the Attorney General said, let me be clear, I don't care who you are. If you impede federal agents, you will be arrested and prosecuted. Yes, and that is why Gavin Newsom should be arrested. That is why I'm sick of any of these politicians not being arrested. It's time for them to be arrested. They are allowing this lawlessness. They are allowing people to try to overthrow our country. And now, just what a coincidence, there's going to be this protest this Saturday. We the people say say no kings in America. Yeah, well, none of you people are doing anything to be helpful to America. This is deliberately, well, first of all, they obviously know that Trump, is from king lineage, okay? But he clearly hasn't acted like a king, but he should, to stop all this. And what I mean is when he sends the Marines in there, and then I see all these different videos go up like, this isn't what the Marines are used for. What are you talking about? The Marines protect America. So when we're being invaded by this nonsense, by these labor unions, or these actual, terrorist organizations like SEIU that claim that they're about the labor unions, okay, and they're really not. They're just using people because they want to overthrow America. Then that's what the Marines are for. Just because it happens to be in our country doesn't mean it shouldn't be that way. I swear, it's like everybody just wanting to destroy America. But that's what you need to understand. So this is supposed to start this weekend, and already places like Texas and Tennessee are already calling National Guard in, because it's just so interesting that all of this, dumpster fire happens to be going on at the same time, because they get their workforces and people to do this. And you could just tell, look at the flag colors there. You could see what they stand for. It has nothing to do with America. So, well, it has to do with destroying America. They've been at it since the Cold War. Trying to. Of course, they'll lose again this time. And see, this is SEIU's website. Yeah, join communities across the country demanding ICE return our loved ones. No, your loved ones broke the law. They came here illegally. If they didn't, then they don't need to join anything because nobody's going to bother them. But I think who you're standing up for is your terrorist organization and all the members that are in your terrorist organization. I'm sure this video will be taken down because big tech protects the terrorist organizations, but they don't protect Americans.